What is up, everybody? It's Aaron Ray back again with another episode of Franchise Tag Fantasy Football Podcast. As you all know, this will be the last episode of the regular season. After this, it'll pretty much be straight DFS for Week 18 in the playoffs.
I think we're going to jump on and give you a little bit of Week 18 what you should do, but
Yeah,
really,
that's what I mean.
we're going to shrink down to pretty much 2 or 1 episodes a week. It's kind of gross, but here's what it is.
It's super nasty.
I wish we could do this full time, but it would. You know what it would take? People like
People to
you
comment.
hitting that like, hitting that subscribe, letting us know what you think, getting in the comments, mixing it up. But really, what I wanted to reach out and tell the audience while we got you guys' attention is make sure that this is the pivotal week, right? This is when you really want to get that advice, get that stuff ready to roll. Hit the comments. Let us know what your starts, what your sits are, what your situation is. Let us know. I will get back to you guys lickety split, as one would say.
Ray's pretty quick with it. If you want my
so.
specific advice, because I seem to hit more often than I miss, just, hey, Aaron, what's your thoughts?
You can just say, Ray, don't respond to me. I don't like you. It's cool. Hey,
That's
so
fine.
Aaron.
Hey, so Ray, guess what?
What's up?
Every day when I have toilet time, I have a book of dad jokes that I got for Christmas.
I
read a couple off the list.
the way that you just asked that, no.
So during the off season,
Sure. Then we can do that.
I'm gonna come with one dad joke every episode.
I'm with that. Aaron, would you like to get into the news, the notes, and then the starts and sits of our week, and then the starts of the week that we have?
The biggest news and notes is Jalen Hurts is downgraded to doubtful after today's Friday practice. So
Very
he's
much
just
so.
into tomorrow, but he's probably not playing.
Let me dabble into what I can find here. This is news as of 6:36 p.m. on Friday. Happy New Year's, you guys, because this is probably on New Year's Eve when you're seeing this. Realistically, most likely, guaranteed. So, starting off pretty strong. Deebo Samuel, ankle knee, ruled out for Week 17. If you were hoping he was going to be back, nope, not this week. If you're playing in Week 18, get out of that league. That's trash.
Yep.
That's buns.
Yep.
Broncos placed Greg Dulcich on injured reserve, ending his season. Back to the waiver wire stream for whoever was starting him this week. Suck. Jalen Hurts, shoulder, listed as doubtful to play on Sunday. Most likely going to be Gardner Minshew. And I couldn't imagine it wouldn't be, only because would you rather put Jalen Hurts out there and get the 1 seed, but then he gets hurt and now you're shit out of luck with Gardner Minshew in the playoffs? Or would you rather him heal up just a little more, go into the playoffs a lower seed, but you still have Jalen Hurts, your superstar quarterback, ready to roll with that offense looking hot? I'd choose the latter.
I would probably agree.
I'd choose
Plus,
the latter.
the Vikings lose to the Packers this week, so they're still
Yeah,
getting...
the Packers going to win this week. And you know what? I'm getting on the hype train. I'm all in now. Packers are going to the Super Bowl.
So, for those of you who have Twitter, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say this. There's certain Twitters, right? There's like a Packers Twitter, there's Lakers Twitter, there's Yankees Twitter, there's Cowboys Twitter, there's Vikings Twitter, there's Vikings social media, and the Vikings fans are already finding ways to say there's no way the NFL lets the Packers lose this game on Sunday, right? There's no way the Packers lose on Sunday, right? They're already making excuses. This was Tuesday when I saw the first excuse come across my timeline. So that's 5 days in advance.
Aaron,
Yes.
I think I just strained my eyeball from rolling so hard.
They did get pretty far back there.
Oh, God.
Don't necessarily like the fact that Jair was talking about it was a fluke, but at the same time, what's he supposed to say? Yeah, we're going to hold him to 125 yards and 1 touchdown instead. Like, Justin Jefferson is the man, and he's going to get his. I will show respect where respect is due, but like...
Fire up Justin Jefferson this week. He's going to eat. He's going to eat, because he's going to get Russell the whole damn day. They don't travel Jair.
Don't play Adam Thielen, but we'll get into this game. It's pretty early on the docket. We'll get into it.
Yeah. Ravens rule out Lamar for this week. It's going to be Tyler Huntley. I don't know if he's a streaming candidate, but in the landscape of what is out there, we've seen people post some things about, like, is it Mike White or X? I'm going to go Mike White over a whole lot of candidates, but
I think Mike White and Gardner Minshew is like my line. Just because last week Gardner came out, it was on fire. He was on fire, playing really well.
He's got a good offense. He's got good pieces around him.
And that's, I think, the difference between Jacksonville, where he was, and now where he is now. He can put the ball in the spots he needs to. And, I mean, he's playing the Saints. He has to just worry about a little bit of pass rush and Marshawn Lattimore. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Even if Jalen Hurts was going to play, I still wouldn't put him in. I wouldn't do it.
No, not
I wouldn't. Because the Saints aren't going to put enough points up. Even if he was in for half a game, he's not going to be worth enough to put in your lineup.
Against you, Ray, I'm rolling with T-Law against Houston.
I'd like that. If I were you, that's what I would do. But I'm, again, T-Law truther here. I've been that way
that is fair. You have been.
For how long? Colt McCoy experienced more concussion symptoms and is ruled out. Atlanta is going to roll with
Arizona is going to roll with David Blau.
Yes, Arizona. Oh, they are. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was going to be something else. My bad.
Arizona is rolling with David Blau. Trace McSorley, I guess they did not like what they saw last week, which is probably...
I didn't either. I was literally going to say Trace McSorley. You said that. I'm like, oh, wait.
So if you guys don't remember, David Blau played for the Detroit Lions last year. He started the Thanksgiving game, I believe, last year. He was on Hard Knocks this year. Got sent to not Minnesota. I thought he went to Minnesota's practice squad and ended up on Arizona's practice squad.
I don't know his...
He went to Minnesota's practice squad. Arizona signed him off of Minnesota's practice squad, I believe, last week with the whole McSorley thing because they needed a backup quarterback if McSorley got hurt. So this is his second week in the system. I know Facebook Boost was talking about he had D-Hop, but D-Hop left practice early today. I know we're probably going to cover that, but that's not very good if David Blau is starting that game. He's 0-5 as a starter.
I would imagine he'll be 0-6. There's only a couple more pieces of news here I want to get through here. The Commanders rule out Antonio Gibson, so
fire up Brian Robinson.
We'll be talking about Brian Robinson. I promise you. We'll be talking about him. Outside of that,
starts of the week.
You're in line. The only other news I want to talk about, which is unfortunate for the Packers because I think this really hurts their offense. We've seen it this whole season. Is Christian Watson most likely is not going to play. I can't imagine. He didn't practice today.
I did see a report today after practice ended where LaFleur said if Watson is able to play, he will be playing. So
I don't know.
It's going to come down to a GTD game time decision.
I don't know if I'm risking it. Not in this week. I don't think I'm risking that. I think I'm going to try and find another option. I had to do that with you in our championship here, in our Sixer. I had to do it.
Yeah,
it pains me.
So are we done with news and notes? That's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, we're done. We're done with news and notes.
I do want to put something out there for people.
Sure.
My wife and a bunch of our friends, significant others, did a newbies league this year where I kind of set it up for them, but they all did their things with inside of it. If they had any questions, they would just ask me kind of how do you do a trade or what's the purpose of waiver wires? If you guys have family members or friends or spouses or girlfriends or boyfriends that are like, hey, I would like to try to do that with you next year, just create just a small 6-person league, just to have fun with it.
Yeah. If you want our advice on how to do it, drop in the comments. We'll help you out.
Yeah, and I bring that up because we have a league that used to be just 4 people. Now it's 6 people. I really don't think we'll probably make it very much bigger than that, but we play with the settings. We did a super flex this year for one, and next year we'll probably switch it up to where it's 1 quarterback, 1 running back, wide receiver, 3 flex, where you just get to basically put whoever you want to put. You know what I mean? With just ways to mix it up and make fantasy kind of fun, where it's not the mundane, oh, this is my big money league.
Yeah.
It's, stressful, this, that,
and to try new stuff out, like different rules, how things work. If you wanted to see how Fab is or something like that.
Yeah, or daily waivers or, so.
Maybe not daily waivers, or maybe the way we have daily waivers. I don't like how that is.
I don't either. I would like to adjust our daily waivers in that league to where Thursdays, Sundays, and Mondays are open free agency, so you can add drop as you want, and then every other day's you put in a waiver claim.
Yeah, I would like that. I think that's how it's supposed to be, but maybe we went overboard with it.
I think I messed the settings up. But besides the point, anyways. So see, it's ways to test things out and see if you mess stuff up. And in leagues like that, it doesn't matter if you mess something up 1 week. Just talk to your league mates and say, hey, you guys want me to change it for next week? And if they say yeah, then change it and see how it works.
Yeah, and if you're still looking for a dynasty league, we're still trying to start up a listener league. Make sure you drop something in the comments. We'll get to you. Trying to fill this league out, trying to get a listener league going because I think it'd be pretty fun. And me and Aaron will probably co-host the team.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do a 12 team, probably half point PPR, but Ray and I will co-manage a team so we don't take up one spot.
Yeah, just throw some in the comments. Let us know. Anyways, sure. Aaron, do you want to talk about some delicious meat?
Let's hear a word from our sponsors, and we will be right back.
Hey everyone, this show is brought to you by Driffles Jerky. Are you like us and love beef jerky, but hate paying those high prices for subpar meat? Well, at DrifflesJerky.com, they have the money meat.
You said the money meat?
That's right, the money meat. Great tasting beef jerky made from top quality cuts of beef at great prices. Use promo code FranchiseTag to get yourself 10% off on your order today.
That's DRIFFILLS jerky.com. All right, guys, we are back. Hope you guys enjoyed that message from our sponsors. Just to let you guys know that jerky is really good. So please, 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 please go get some. Try it out. I know you got gift cards and Christmas money.
One would call it banging.
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 So, Ray, you ready to jump into these games?
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. First game that we have today is the Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a 40-point over-under, and the Bucs are favored by 4. Carolina side of the ball, I guess, because we got to cover this nonsense bowl.
I guess we do. It's Deonta Foreman, and I guess you could flex Chuba Hubbard, and that's tough. I don't want to do that. I want to find a different option. I want to move somewhere else. I think DJ Moore can be started. DJ Moore's been fine for the last, let's say, few weeks. He's been fine.
You know why?
Because Sam Darnold's a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield in the system.
It's crazy.
But Baker Mayfield's a better quarterback in LA.
Yeah, I agree.
Wild. It's weird.
It's almost like systems matter.
Outside of that, I'm not streaming Sam Darnold. No, not this week. Last week, I said he could get you by. It's the ickiest of the icky pick. I would have streamed him in the nastiest of situations. But this week, no, absolutely not. On the Buccaneers side of the ball, Aaron, what are you feeling?
Chris Godwin, Mike Evans for sure, and I think those two have flip-flopped in the offense, or Chris Godwin is the primary option now and not Mike Evans. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. If not, then can I have that cup? Send me that cup. I want that cup.
You have one of these cups somewhere in your life.
I do not have a Busch Light corn cup.
I promise you do, because we stole it from the same bar in Wisconsin.
It must have broken because I don't have
it. Because we literally stole it from the same bar.
Maybe I do. Maybe it's in my storage unit with all my other stuff.
Anyways, me, you, Jordan, and Eric have one. All of us.
Besides the point.
That got you thrown off, didn't it? You're like, how did you do that? Well, I took the ball. That's how I did it.
Rachaad White playing him.
Oh, yeah, Rachaad White. I think, and you have to be able to put Leonard Fournette in your lineup somewhere. It's disgusting. Again, hold your nose, pew. But
they're the same person. Yes, Rachaad White is getting the starts, but they're almost 50-50. Leonard Fournette somehow turned into the pass-catching back.
You've been saying he was this whole time. I mean, I don't deny that. What I was denying is that he's the better running back than Rachaad White. He is not. He's not.
I'm in agreement with you. He is not. But I just thought that Todd Bowles being Todd Bowles, and we've seen his experiments in New York back in the day, he wouldn't. And he's doing exactly kind of what I thought he would. It's just flip-flop who the starters were. Yeah, you can have your name as listed as a starter on the piece of paper, but they're both getting almost equal playing time. So that was my thing. But
that's it. That's
in hindsight. Yeah, in hindsight, you won the bet. So
also not streaming Tom Brady this week. And I know that it might be
Carolina's defense and pass rush, especially, is pretty good.
And Tom Brady looks like dog shit.
And that offensive line sucks. And Tom Brady should have retired because now he's pulling a Peyton Manning where he's going to have one bad year. And if he comes back next year, it better be with Sean Payton and at the Saints.
I hope not. I hope not. I hope not.
Go win
because you know what I'm going to have to do at that point. I'm going to
draft Alvin Kamara and keep Chris Olave.
I'm going to have to keep Chris Olave. If Tom Brady goes there, I'm going to have to keep Chris Olave. And I don't want to, but I have to.
No,
anyway,
so I do have the Panthers winning this game.
I have the Buccaneers winning this game, and it's only because Vegas thinks so. Moving on, because that's enough talk about that stupid game. I don't want to even watch it. The Cleveland Browns travel to the Washington Commanders. This is a 40 and a half point over under, and the Commanders are favored by 2.5 points. We are Browns fans today. Big Browns fans.
We are giant Browns fans.
Oh, today. Yeah. Let's go Browns.
The unnamed person they have under center, I hope he gets it together this week.
Just do enough. Do enough. But on the Brown side of the ball, Aaron, this
Nicholas
is an away
Chubb.
Game. That's pretty much where I'd want to draw the line.
And probably Amari Cooper because Washington's front four are the best part of their defense. So if they can get the ball out quick, I do think Amari Cooper gets it done.
This is an away game. I'm not starting Amari Cooper.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
It's track record, and it's been right. For
that is very fair.
17 weeks, so.
Let's not forget that the Commanders are starting Carson Wentz this week.
I'm willing to put in David Njoku as a nice start this week.
I would agree.
And maybe we'll talk about him at the end of the show.
Ooh, maybe. You know I do my starts of the week off of the fly. I don't really think about it until we go over these games.
Some of them I think about them. Some of them I change them while we're talking.
I mean, you obviously playing fantasy football, you kind of know who plays who. So you kind of have like, oh yeah, this is a good matchup or that's a good matchup. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's like super difficult to be like, oh yeah, I want, but
yeah.
Anyways,
on the
Commander side of the ball, they are starting Carson Wentz this week. I am no way, shape, or form touching him. I'm not touching Jahan Dotson. I'm not touching Curtis Samuel. Terry McLaurin with Carson Wentz starting goes to a borderline flex play.
So to go off of what you're saying, Jahan Dotson for me is the only startable receiver in this game. Jahan Dotson.
Really?
Yes. And you can say that I'm wrong. That's fine. That's okay. But in the games that he played with Carson Wentz and these last few weeks, while he's been healthy, you've seen Jahan Dotson be more than what I think anybody thought he was going to be coming into the Commander system. And with that limited time with Wentz, he looked great. He was averaging 20 points a game with Wentz. Now I understand
it was like a 2-game sample size.
Understand touchdowns also, but I would just like to say, yeah, he's catching touchdowns, and I know he's touchdown dependent, but he's also catching touchdowns. So,
yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. Brian
Robinson. And that Brian Robinson is the for sure must start, especially with Antonio Gibson being out of it and Carson Wentz getting the start again.
And Cleveland having the 25th worst rush defense. Yes.
I mean, it works either way. 25th.
Yeah, best, whatever way you want to do it. It's fine.
Yeah, so, but I would agree. And then I have the Brownies winning this game.
I have the Browns winning this game too. Let's go. Speaking into existence. Dog pound, baby.
Heck yeah. All right. So then up next, oh man, we have the San Francisco 49ers at the Las Vegas Raiders. This game is a 42.5 point over under with San Francisco favored by 9.5 points. We'll start on San Francisco's side of the ball. I'm starting Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk. That's pretty much the big three. That's where you're going with it because Debo is out this week. Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm going to go. I'm not streaming Brock Purdy in this one because I do feel like they get up pretty quick on the Raiders and just run the ball.
At the bottom tier of streaming candidates, where you would be, where the cliff falls off. Yep. I think that's where Brock Purdy sits, is where if you had to break glass and he was the last one available that you thought maybe we can put him in, like Brock Purdy or Teddy Bridgewater, I'm going Brock Purdy. And that's close. That's where the line is right there.
Brock Purdy or Gardner.
Gardner's a little higher. I like Gardner's weapons. They're playing for something at least. I like Gardner, but like let's say Andy Dalton, way down here. Tom Brady, way down here. Even Geno Smith this week, I think that's where it's right here.
I have one.
Brock Purdy.
I have one. Brock Purdy or Baker Mayfield.
Brock Purdy, and that's gross, and I don't want to say that, but Brock Purdy.
Ooh, okay. So
Baker's not playing for anything. Brock
Baker's
Purdy
playing for a starting job next year.
The Niners aren't.
The Niners aren't.
I'm sorry. The Rams aren't playing for anything. He is.
They'll still show up.
I mean, he doesn't have any of the weapons that Brock Purdy does.
Yeah, so he's still gonna. He's still gonna play. I am in the camp of, as an NFL player who's earning a paycheck and has to put good film on tape to get their next job or next contract, they're not taking any reps off.
I can see what you're saying. I would go Brock Purdy in that situation. If you want to go Baker, that's
no.
fine.
I would agree. Brock Purdy has the better offense around him. I would agree.
Yeah, that's the only reason. It's because of his weapons, like Kittle and Ayuk, and McCaffrey can take a screen to the house. Yep. And I'm not afraid of the Niners defense in any way, shape, or form.
You're not afraid of the Niners defense?
The Raiders defense in any way.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say, I would be scared of the Niners defense. But anyways, okay, so starting the main pieces of the Niners on the Vegas side of the ball. This one has a lot of question marks.
The more and more I think about it, the more I want to bench Josh Jacobs and Tay this week.
I have both of these people on the championship roster.
Mm-hmm.
So this is for me as well. But I am in the same boat you are. Niners run defense is going to be strong. They have Jared Stidham at quarterback. They're probably not going to be able to run the ball very well. It doesn't matter if you get 40 touches in a game if you're getting a 1.2 yards a carry.
We don't get points for touches.
That's what I'm saying. And I don't think that they're going to threaten the red zone. And is Tay playing? Is Tay not playing? Is Tay sticking with his boy Derek Carr and sitting out? Or is he going to play? Even if so, are the targets very valuable with Jared Stidham at quarterback?
And the last 3 weeks, correct me if I'm wrong, Tay hasn't been great. Has not been
I think
great.
it was like wide receiver 70-something, 80-something, and then...
I think it's been like 7 points, 8 points, and 3 points or something like that. It's been really low.
So that's been Devontae's season. I was looking at this the other day. Now that you say that, it's been like wide receiver 1, wide receiver 1, wide receiver 79, wide receiver 3, wide receiver 48, wide receiver 92, like wide receiver 1, wide receiver 1. Like he's put up some good games, but in the middle of those good games, he just likes to sprinkle in a little pooper.
Yeah, a little pooper. And you know what?
This
week,
and they did alter Devontae's points as well. They finally switched them. Yeah, wide receiver 3, wide receiver 52, wide receiver 34. This is going from week 1. Wide receiver 12, wide receiver 3. By week 14, 97, 1, 6, 1, 27, 1, 39, 59, 78.
Yeah,
10, 6, 10.10, 6.8, 3.5 the last 3 weeks.
Not great. Look, I'm going to ask you a couple. Let me see where your head's at. Okay.
If you want to know where my head is at, I am starting Devonta Smith for the Philadelphia Eagles over Devontae Adams this week.
Okay. Let me ask you a couple more.
Okay.
These are tough.
Okay.
Okay. Garrett Wilson or Devontae? Garrett Wilson against Seattle or Devontae?
Garrett Wilson with Mike White at the helm.
Mike Williams or Devontae?
That one's close to me just because Mike Williams is still the big boom bust play guy that we've seen. That one's borderline. If you ask me tomorrow, I might say Devontae, but if you ask me today, I might say Mike Williams. I think that's where my line is.
I thought that one's as close as I could get.
Yeah.
Last one, Chris Godwin or Devontae?
Chris Godwin, because he falls to me. Like I said, him and Mike Evans have switched that role where he's now the target monster, and Mike Evans is the big boom bust play.
Okay.
Strictly from a volume standpoint on that one.
That one's tough, and I know that's going to be a question getting asked because I promise Devontae is on a lot of championship rosters
and
because of his boom potential.
Yep, and when I say volume standpoint on that point in time, I mean volume of catchable targets because Devontae's going to get his volume, but
Stidham sucks.
Yeah. So, It's probably going to kill me. Devontae's probably going to have 40 on my bench playing against you, and I'm probably going to lose by like 38. But
I can hear Ruben right now. No, you don't sit your studs. You sit your studs when Stidham is throwing them the ball against the number one.
You're playing one of the top defenses in the entire NFL.
And
their defense is great. From their Yahoo, ESPN, and Sleeper will tell you that the San Francisco matchup for DBs is a great matchup for DBs, but it's not, because the pass rush gets home, and when you have a basically practice squad quarterback running your show, then
it's tough.
You're in a bad spot.
That is a tough spot. Josh Jacobs, you starting him or no?
I'm on the fence between him and Aaron Jones right now. That's my second thing I have.
I would go Aaron Jones.
Yeah. So that's my second one that I'm looking at, just because the defense is so stout. And I did drop Darren Waller today. I know that league is a 3-person bench, but I would like to talk about Darren Waller. Darren Waller might be a safety valve, but I don't think he's in play this week either. I just don't think that the Raiders are really going to get too many scoring opportunities.
I don't think they're going to get too many more than just 3-and-outs constantly.
So
that's
I know it's a 42-point under, and basically the Niners are favored by 5. So they're 12 points on the, or favored by 5, favored by 10 almost. That's 12 points for implied for the Raiders, close to it. That could be all field goals for all we know.
I don't know who scores in this game, and yet you might be right. Tay might get 2 of them.
You never
know.
Do
you want to risk that? Do you want to risk that in the championship? On a might? Maybe. Probably not. Do you want to risk Stidham as your starting quarterback and the one piece that you have to win you a game? I don't think so. I don't want to do it.
No, I'd have way more confidence starting I would say 3 pieces between Jacobs, Adams, and Waller if Carr was there.
Yeah. Maybe Carr will go to the Saints. Maybe.
I think Carr will probably end up going to like Indy.
Maybe he'll go to the Jets.
Maybe.
I don't know. I have the Niners winning this game, obviously.
I do too. Up next, we have the New York Jets at the Seattle Seahawks. This game is also a 42.5-point over-under, and the Jets are favored by 2.
This is one for all the marbles for both teams.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good one. I'm really looking forward to watching this game. On the Jets side of the ball, it's Garrett Wilson, it's Mike White, and if you're in a pinch, Xavier Knight, if you're in a pinch.
Yep, I'm starting Bam Knight.
Sure. Flex play, and that's probably pretty much it. I don't see him as a...
Yep, like if you're in the situation we just talked about where you have Josh Jacobs or him, I am starting him over Josh Jacobs.
Okay. I would probably go Josh Jacobs because he's the running back too, but that's only because he's probably going to touch the ball 40 times, and he could break one out. That's the only reason.
San Francisco's defense doesn't give up very many huge plays either.
I can't sit the running back too. That's too high on the board. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
That's too high on the board.
That is fair.
So outside of that, I'm not starting any of the other Jets receivers. I'm not interested in starting Tyler Conklin this week, and that's it.
Nope.
On Seattle side of the ball,
starting
DK.
Yep.
Ken Walker.
Yep. And I'm probably Geno. You could stream this week if you needed to.
Geno's at the bottom end, just like we were talking about, of streamers because the Jets defense is so good.
Lockett back?
I don't know if Tyler Lockett's going to play. I don't know if he's going to play. If he is playing, I don't know if I play him. He's most likely your receiver 3 on your roster. Then you've, at this point, have most likely got somebody to fill in for that spot while he's been gone. I would probably go with the fill-in spot.
He's still listed as questionable.
I don't think he's.
But the expectation is that he'll be able to play on Sunday, according to a source.
Who's the source?
Doesn't say.
Is it his mom?
No.
Is it Mrs. Lockett?
No. Marquise Goodwin is doubtful to play as well, so do not make that your pivot.
Yeah, don't do that. No. Even if I wouldn't have made that pivot. Outside of that, that's all I have for this game. I know that there's a lot of points that you should be getting from your viable starters in this game, but there's not a lot of let's make a fancy let's make a cute move and go somewhere else. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that completely. I'll let you hit the next few.
Oh, the next game we got is the Minnesota Vikings at the Green Bay Packers. This is a 47.5 point over under, and the Packers are favored by 3.5. Now
there's no way the NFL lets the Packers lose this game, right?
There's
no way, right?
If I could go back in time and like buy us tickets to go to a game, this would have been the game to go to. I know that it's hindsight, and I know we'd have to go back to Green Bay, and I know we're trying to go to different places, but this would have been the time. This is it. It's going to be 30 degrees out there, 33 degrees or something like that. It's a really warm day for Wisconsin.
I got my coveralls.
It's real warm out there for January.
Yeah, okay.
Right? 30 degrees.
Yeah.
On the Viking side of the ball, obviously Justin Jefferson, obviously Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook, yep.
And TJ Hawkinson. Obviously, you're not
yeah. And I think Kirk Cousins is a viable option in this one.
I also do too. With 47.5 point over under, I would like to have a little bit of Kirk Cousins this week.
Yep, I agree. And we just talked about two of his three top pass catchers. I do think, as you said, they find ways to run plays where Justin Jefferson is on Rasul's side of the field, or Eric Stokes, whoever they decide they want to put on that cornerback.
Eric Stokes is out for the season.
Is he really?
Yes, he's been out for the season this whole season.
Shows how much I've been fucking paying attention to the Packers defense because they just let me down.
It's true. They let you down. But I will say, I would be interested in flexing Adam Thielen this week, only because I have seen Adam Thielen in Green Bay torch us so many times.
I remember. I think it was the first year we ever went. I had him on my fantasy team, and I watched him just. It was the year that they. It was the year that they tied.
Obliterate us. And you know what's crazy?
Yes.
I think he had like 27 points or something like that. He could have had 50. He was open the whole goddamn
game. A lot. Yep.
The whole game. We were sitting there screaming.
It was that year that Clay Matthews hit Kirk Cousins, and the following season they made the roughing the passer call change.
Yeah, they did. Outside of that, KJ Osborne not getting cute.
No, not getting cute in this one. DFS play, I would throw him in a lineup if he's dirt cheap.
Oh yeah, I would in a DFS play for sure. And Adam Thielen, absolutely, because I know that both of them are going to be cheap. Yeah. On the Packers side of the ball, Aaron,
I think you got to start Aaron Jones at this point in time.
Oh yeah, you have to. I'm not starting AJ Dillon. I am starting Aaron Jones. We've been playing playoff football for a while now in Green Bay. It's been playoff football. You lose, you go home. There's no goddamn way that Aaron Jones does not have 20 plus touches this game. There is no fucking way in hell that doesn't happen. There's no way. There's zero chance. Zero.
Hey, Packers fans, please like, subscribe, and comment down at the bottom so we can just check this out.
Certified.
Jesus, someone clip that.
Romeo Doubs, you starting him?
I'm not getting cute this week. If you're in the championship, I think you could possibly play Allen Lazard. But as you've alluded to, I'm not getting cute this week. If you have better options, which if you are in the championship game, you probably do, you're probably not playing anyone outside of Aaron Jones off of the Green Bay offense.
I would be, again, interested in putting Allen Lazard in because of the 47.5 point under, because Minnesota's pass defense is nothing to be afraid of. And I can see a track in where Allen Lazard gets 8 to 10 targets. I would be willing to start him this week. And I almost got started against you in the championship. Almost did.
Yeah, well, I'm going to, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to switch Josh Jacobs out for Aaron Jones.
Anybody else in this game you want to start?
No, not really. I think either kicker from either team, if you have kickers in your league, would be a good shout with a high over-under like this.
And it's not going to be a super windy game or anything like that. So I have the Packers winning this game. And I do
as well.
The Packers going to the Super Bowl.
It's still supposed to be a Packers-Chargers Super Bowl. Then this might happen. The Packers just have to win out, and Washington has to lose one, or the Giants have to lose two, right?
The Browns are going to win this week.
Let's go, Brownies.
The next game we got is the Rams versus the Chargers. This is going to be a good game, too, I think.
I feel like it will be.
Yeah. This is a 42.5 point over under with the Chargers favored by 6.5 points. On the Rams side of the ball, it's Cam Akers, and that's pretty much it for me. and Tyler Higbee. Cam Akers.
I agree. Cam Akers and Tyler Higbee. Tyler Higbee is not going to have a week like they had last week.
No, but I mean, in the landscape of tight ends and what we've talked about in the last couple of days, I would be willing to go with Tyler Higbee this week over a lot of names.
I agree. I do think this game is closer than you think. I do also think, are you worried? I have a question. Are you worried about the Chargers maybe resting some players since it is their first time in the playoffs?
No, not yet.
Because even if they lose, they still clinch. They lose the next 2 weeks and still clinch.
It's still a young team. I don't think that I don't think that Brian Staley does that.
I
don't think he does.
I don't know.
Foolish.
So on the Charger side of the ball,
only person I could see that sits is Eckler. That's the only person I could see that gets limited work, and that sucks because I guarantee you that's a hot name. I guarantee it.
And if Eckler does sit, I am not playing Josh Kelly in his stead.
No, and look, you're not going to find out that he's sitting until the second quarter of that game. He's going to come in, play.
He'll suit up. He'll play up exactly.
So, but that absolutely does not mean
you
start him, and that's it. Like, he got you there. I don't care if he played 2 quarters of football. It could be a great 2 quarters of football. That's all you need.
Yep, I agree.
Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, those are starts for me.
Justin Herbert to start for me.
Keenan Allen's a smash start for the rest of time right now.
I think this might be his last year, or next year will be his last year.
Yeah, but I mean, he's getting 14 targets a game right now, so you can't sit him. You can't.
You can't. You're not allowed to.
But unlike
you playing Gerald Everett in this one?
No. He's disappointed me too many times. No.
Okay.
This will be the week.
Then the Sunday. Oh, sorry. I have the Chargers winning this game, but not by that spread. I would take less.
I would as well.
Closer game than people think. Up next, Sunday night game, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Baltimore Ravens. This game is a gross 35-point over-under with the Ravens favored by 2.5. Pittsburgh side of the ball, are you starting Najee?
Yes.
Are you starting the Muth?
Yes.
Pickens or Johnson?
I think you got to go Deontay because, look, he's gone 17 weeks without scoring a touchdown.
He has 127 targets and no touchdown.
This has to be it. There is
127 targets and no touchdown.
There's no way he goes the whole season without scoring 1 touchdown. There's no way.
You dropped him and I picked him up. 130 targets, 82 receptions, 809 yards, and 0 touchdowns.
It's been a tough season for Deontay.
To put in perspective, a year where he's had similar stats was 2020, 144 targets, 88 receptions, 923 yards, 7 touchdowns.
And he was a great play.
He finished as PPR number 21. 2021, he had 107 receptions, 1,161 yards, and 8 touchdowns.
Look, I feel like people that drafted Deontay were like, hey, there's no way that it could get worse than what Ben Roethlisberger put on tape, right? There's no way.
Didn't you draft him?
I did in the 3rd round. Because I'm like, look at what he did with Ben Roethlisberger on the
right, with the noodle arm.
Well, got worse than that. That's just
to be fair, right now he's wide receiver 30. It's not awful, but
not great.
Not great.
Not great. Yeah, it's Deontay, and that's it. I don't want to start Pickens because I can't trust that.
Pickett is playing, though.
Oh, he is?
Yes, Pickett is the quarterback.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's my answer. Let me change my answer. That's Pickens now, not Deontay. I'm not starting Deontay. Deontay goes the rest of the season without touchdowns.
Oh, yeah, he's not going to score at all.
Nope.
They're still not doing very well, though. But, I mean, Pickens... Let me make sure I didn't just say that. But Pickett is playing, I do believe. I could have sworn I read that. Yeah. Kenny Pickett, he played last week too. Yeah.
Well, I'm still going Pickens over Deontay. That's it.
I agree.
Yeah. On the Ravens side of the ball, with Tyler Huntley in, it's only J.K. Dobbins and Mark Andrews, and that's it. You're not getting cute with any other receivers. You're not getting cute with Gus Edwards. That's it. That's all you're doing. And I don't think you stream Tyler Huntley. I don't think you do it.
I would agree. I don't think you do it either. Just so everyone knows, this is the January 1st games, the New Year's Day games. You'll know who didn't listen to Team Protocol and stay in for New Year's. So
there is that. So for the Monday night game. Oh wait, I have the Ravens winning this game.
I also have the Ravens winning. No, I don't. I think I picked the Steelers to win this game on our pick'ems. I can't remember.
Oh, well, I don't think it really matters because this is going to be a 50-50 game anyway. So on the Monday night game, the Buffalo Bills play against the Cincinnati Bengals. This is a 49.5 point over under.
This will be the best game of the week.
The Bills are favored by 1 point. Aaron, start your studs.
You start your studs. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, James Cook.
Yes.
Dawson Knox.
Hesitantly, but yes.
Agreed. Pretty much it for the Devin Singletary, you could say, but you've seen James Cook take over that backfield.
Yeah, it's James Cook's backfield now.
So they want to get rid of Devin, and I think that they have. Anyways, start your studs on the Bengals side of the ball. Same thing applies. Start your studs. Starting Joe Burrow, starting Joe Mixon, starting Jamar Chase, starting T. Higgins, and I would be willing to flex in Trenton Irvin.
I don't know if I'd flex him in this week. I don't think I'd do it.
I'm going to.
I don't think I'd have the balls to do it.
Dude catches nothing but touchdowns.
I don't think I'd have the balls to do it.
Muy grande huevos.
All right, who do you have winning this game?
I picked the Bengals to win this game.
I also had the Bengals winning this game.
Switch it now so we don't tie in the pick'ems.
Then we're gonna come down to points, there, fella.
I don't want to come down to points.
Let's get the start of the week, Aaron.
Starts of the week.
Let's do it. So, quarterback.
You go
for
first.
Me,
yeah.
It's gonna be Jared goddamn Goff.
Jesus, you're so aggressive.
Jared Goff.
Why are you so aggressive?
Jared MF Goff. What about you, Aaron?
See, and I don't want to have to. There's like no slim pickings this week, man. It's.
I'm gonna
start Gardner Minshew against the New Orleans Saints.
Okay. Running backs.
See.
Who do you got, Aaron?
My first inclination and the one that I lean to is Brian Robinson against the Commanders for nothing but sheer volume play.
He was going to be
against the Browns.
He was going to be mine, but I'll flip-flop it and I'll go Travis Etienne.
Well, that's a good one. I like that one. I actually do really like that one. I would also look at Jerick McKinnon against the Broncos.
Also, yes. Receiver start of the week.
Go ahead.
Look, I think I've tooted the horn enough. I've been on the top of the mountaintops. It's Garrett Wilson. Every day of the week. It's Garrett Wilson.
Okay.
Yes, and yes. Yes.
Yes, and yes, my man says.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go T. Higgins against the Buffalo Bills.
I mean, that fruit's on the ground, but that's okay. Just brush it off.
I'll pick him.
No, you're good. No, stay there. I bet Amon-Ra has a great game too. I bet he does.
I'm just saying, I bet everyone's thinking of Jamar Chase and not T. Higgins in this game.
Jamar Chase shouldn't even been in the Pro Bowl. Let's talk about that.
Okay. We can talk about it. You want to talk about it?
No. Tight end of the week. Who do you got?
I don't know. I'm looking. Sorry, that was a really bad silence.
You could have said Evan Ingram. That's fine. I'll let you have it.
Oh, thanks, Evan Ingram.
Okay, Evan Ingram. If you're gonna go that low hanging fruit, I'm gonna go T.J. Hawkinson against the Packers.
You said Evan Ingram, and I said it, and you said it's low hanging fruit.
No, your T. Higgins one was. So I'm gonna go with T.J. Hawkinson.
Well, I'm trying to give people actual answers. I'm not trying to be like, yeah, I want to go with this. I want to go with Darius Slayton against Stephon Gilmore all day. No, that's not what I want to do.
This is the hey, we think these guys.
Listen, dude.
This week.
Listen. If you're in a 10% of fantasy players have the people we're talking about anyways, because there's 12 teams.
It's true.
On average. Not everyone's going to get a chance to play these people. Only one team in each league is going to get a chance to play these people.
These are more for DFS shouts.
Well, that's fine. You said tight ends, defensive stream of the week.
See, that one's tough. Obviously, the Niners against the Raiders, that's probably going to be the number one go-to. I don't want to go
the Giants against the Colts.
That's a good one. So if you're going to go that one, I'm going to go with the Niners against the Raiders. We're just going to do that. Let's call it there. Because, again, DFS shout. That's what you're doing. There it is.
Better pick somebody else. I would go with the Chiefs against the Broncos.
The Niners against the Raiders, what you don't think would be the best pick possible?
Oh, yeah, I agree. That is 100% the best pick possible.
It is.
Followed up swiftly by the Giants against the Colts.
Yeah, because Nick Foles is not still any fear in me. Aaron, anything else for the greater good?
For the greater good, no. For our own personal gain, yes. As always, guys, please go to drifflesjerky.com and use 10% or use code franchise tag for 10% off of your order. Excuse me there. Please drop a comment in the YouTube or join our Discord and drop comments in there as well. Ray, as he's alluded to, will answer you quickly. Apple Podcast and Spotify, we are over there too. Go give us a follow on that platform. And as always, please drop a comment, hit the thumbs up. Those help the videos in the algorithm. It helps us get noticed. Notification bell, so you know when we go live, and smash that subscribe button. We are well on the way to cruising into 1,100 subscribers, and we could not do it without you guys, and we really appreciate y'all. So, till next time, we will see you later.